If you've been on social media today, just kind of following comic news, you may have heard there's a huge new comic company. What? Wait a minute, comics are dying, I hear, and yet there's a big comic company that's now on the scene. Yes, NBC Universal has launched a comic company, and they're going right out the gate with Grant Morrison on their first book, looking to have huge impact. Yeah, it's good news, but it's not exactly as advertised. So let me kind of dig into what's going on. Hey everybody, this is Perch. The winner is Boom. NBC Universal has launched an imprint or a comic division, and they've picked an amazingly friendly, just rolls off the tongue name, UCP, Universal Content Productions. And like a lot of people kind of hoped would happen, but hasn't, is that this is, and making no mistake about it, this group is intended to get comics out there as trial balloons, see how they perform, get some research on it, and then turn them into a TV production company, into content. Comics are a cheap way to do that. This is a smart idea. Nothing wrong with that idea. But this is a vehicle to take properties, test them, and make them into shows. And so to dig into it, as I mentioned, Boom has been tapped to publish a series, which is a huge win for Boom. And, interestingly enough, I think this is one of those cases where you would expect IDW and others to be part of the mix and to maybe be the go-to, but it went to Boom, which is to the strength of Boom as a studio. So Boom will be publishing the series, and then this kind of imprint will then be kind of launched and under the control of UCP studio president Don Olmsted, who's looking at a bunch of different. So one of the things that's being said is they're looking at certainly publishing, but they're looking at digital, they're looking at audiobooks, they're looking at all kinds of things, and really kind of pushing on that side of the world. This is going to be it's really the end destination is to create media properties that are strong. And you might know UCP. This studio produces the Umbrella Academy for Netflix, which has been massively popular. And it, in theory, one of the stronger successes to come out of Netflix. And they are they're doing some other, they've got a bunch of things going on. But anyway, they're kind of cutting out the middleman, or rather they are definitely pushing that they can produce some original stories, get some material, try it out in the marketplace. Comics is one of the ways they're going to do that, both print and digital, and then get them out into public. So it's a straightforward, easy enough plan. They are saying that they're going to focus on up and coming talent. So people who may be not baked into Marvel or DC or comics, but some people have some new voices, new exciting things to tell. And when you're going for a new voice that's new to the scene, that not a lot of people know, but has a lot of upside, the youngsters are talking about him. You think Grant Morrison, right? Sure. Wait a minute. Grant Morrison? Yeah, Grant Morrison. So Grant Morrison is going to be kind of publishing their first flagship title called Proctor Valley Road. And it's basically, it tells the story of a group of teenage girls suspected in the disappearance of several teen boys in a 1964 California beach town. Rumor is that the boys were grooming, and so the girls kind of went to go take them out. No, I'm just kidding about that last part. But the girls are, that's probably a joke in bad taste. Anyway, it sounds like kind of an urban legend, horror, kind of thriller kind of thing. There was an urban legend of a Proctor Valley monster that may be, where are the boys going? The teenage girls are somehow behind this, maybe, or they're framed. But at any rate, the boys are missing, and the girls are suspects. And it's 1964, so it's a fun time, and Grant Morrison's writing it, so it's going to be crazy. But that's what's going on. So basically, a couple things you can kind of read between the lines here on. One, who's the winner in all this? Well, Boom. Boom's at this current climate and everything else, Boom is a winner in this, no doubt about it. Grant Morrison doing some books for some other companies. I think this this continues to reinforce the idea that Grant Morrison is not going to be playing in a big way at DC anytime soon. I mean, he'll have titles, I'm sure, there and do other things, but his heart, I think, is going to be in this mode. It's going to be interesting to see who the other up and coming titles are, or some of the up and coming creators. Like, I don't know. I like Neil Adams. I hear he's an up and coming. George Perez is out there. So maybe Chris Claremont. I've been hearing a lot of things about him lately. So this could be some other up and coming talents. I'm joking, speculating about all those people, but this is a vehicle for getting comics to movies. It is interesting that they're putting some focus on digital and some of these other platforms and what that means. I like that there's no illusions. They're not like, we love comics and maybe some of them will be movies. It's like, this is about making movies. That's what we're doing here. We're making some comics to see if they work to make some movies. That's the point. And I appreciate that. So Boom's a big winner. I think companies like Dark Horse, IDW, others are the, not about loser, but definitely some other companies have been positioning themselves to be exactly what Boom is now doing. And so, how did Boom win? Well, good for Boom. That's what all that means. So that's what's going on. A brand new comic company. It rolls right off the tongue. UCP, Universal Content Productions. Great storytelling. That's what they're going to do. And yeah. So are you excited? Are you excited by Grant Morrison writing about teenage girls? That doesn't sound right. Anyway, let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications, all that kind of stuff. Twitter and Facebook at Comic Perch. And thanks for listening.